Hello, GotAUkulele.com back with another instrument review. First up, like the new ukulele t-shirt, this is Dead Man's Uke, the ukulele duo, ukulele and double bass, Tim Smithies and Jake Smithies from Sheffield in the UK. If you've not heard Dead Man's Uke, really Google them. You will like it, trust me. Good band, very good band. A welcome return to GotAUkulele for this manufacturer. This is a super soprano from Cocobolo ukuleles in Nicaragua. I've featured their tenor before, I really liked it, and they sent me another one to have a look at. Super soprano, so soprano body with a traditional double bat, but with a concert scale neck, so more frets. It's a nice combination, sometimes called long neck sopranos, but they've called it a super soprano. That's good with me. All made in a workshop by hand out of solid Cocobolo wood, which is a tropical hardwood, with this really stunning, I mean look, this is a beautiful instrument. The tenor I reviewed wasn't book matched. This is meaning these two pieces match each other. This super soprano thankfully is, because I thought that was a failing of the tenor. So what we've got, standard soprano shaped body with this book matched Cocobolo. This isn't an inlay, this is the sapwood of the Cocobolo, contrasting really nicely with this deep red, swirly, reddy brown wood. It looks absolutely stunning. Sides book matched too, with a detailed inlay here and some of the sapwood showing, and the back, really nice arch to it. Again, book matched with a stripe of the sapwood down the middle and an inlaid darker strip of the Cocobolo. It's all finished in a nice satin. It's really tactile on the hands. It's really well made. There are no flaws on it whatsoever. It's just a really pretty instrument. No other decoration on the top, no sound hole rosette, but who needs a decoration when you've got a ukulele that's this pretty? That bridge is interesting. That's a bone saddle, but the bridge plate there, it's not a tie bar like most are, or slotted. Those holes run straight through into the body. It works. You don't see a lot of these, but it does work as a system. I don't like them because it's quite fiddly, because you've got to put the strings through there, fish them out the sound hole, tie the knots, and then pull them back. I'd rather see a standard bridge on there. It's a minor complaint though. What you may have also spotted is this feature here. This is a side sound port, which means as well as sound projecting out of the main sound hole, when you play, this sound port projects sound up to your ear. That's an extra. I'll come on to the pricing in a moment. And that's a strap button with a pickup. That's also an extra, but I'll also come on to that in a moment. Really neat and tidy looking inside it. Not too bad at all. My only complaint really is that bridge. Up to the neck, this is mahogany. It's in three pieces with a joint here and a joint up at the top. And as you can see, it's fitted with a skunk stripe, as they call it, in the wood, which is inlaid Cocobolo. That irritates me because it's not central. Can you see that? It's off. Maybe I'm OCD, that would bother me. But otherwise, it's a nice satin, nice profile. And topping that is more Cocobolo on the fingerboard. And they've made use of the satin again with this wonderful pale end to the fingerboard. It's really nice. I really like that. We've got 15 nickel silver frets to the body and 18 in total, which is a lot for a soprano, but then this is a super soprano. They're all dressed really nicely at the end. I complained about the tenor that the crowning of the frets was a bit severe. It's improved on this one. I'd still like it to be improved a little bit more, but they're perfectly playable. We've got fret markers at the 3rd, 5th, 7th, 10th and 12th. They're also on the side. Interestingly, in the standard configuration, you get side fret markers, but you have to pay extra for the fretboard markers. I could live without fretboard markers, to be honest. I don't see why I've got to pay extra for them, though. I mean, it's that seems like an odd one. Anyway, moving up. Bone nut, which is set up okay. 3-pointed crown, fairly generic shaped headstock with a beautiful veneer of book matched Cocobolo with a stripe on it. And it's also got a veneer on the back with a slab of wavy Cocobolo there. You're looking at the tuners. These are superb. These are open gears by Grover, Absolutely no complaints with those. They're a very good quality tuner. My complaint is, this is a soprano. I'd really like to see good quality friction tuners, not cheap friction tuners, good ones, good Grovers like 4Bs or maybe Goto Planetaries, something like that, so that they don't have this ears sticking out look. I think it would look so much better with friction tuners. It's a soprano. But there we are. Price. In standard spec, and when I say standard spec, no fretboard markers, no side sound port, no strap button. It's $379, which is pretty decent price for a solid instrument that looks this pretty, assuming it plays well. To get the sound port, you pay an extra $20. I probably would pay that because I like the sound port. To get the fret markers, you pay an extra $20. No, I don't think I'd pay $20 for that. And what I found really odd is that I don't know what strings it comes with as standard, but these are Worth Browns, and these are an additional extra. If you want Worth Browns on it, you pay an extra $20. Now, who says Worth Browns are better than Aquilas, which I think is what comes on them as standard? I certainly wouldn't pay 20 quid for a particular brand of strings, because I'm going to change my strings anyway. And I just don't see where's the 20 quid extra value there. Anyway, if you have those extras like the sound port, the fret markers, the strings, the strap button, you're going to push this up to $459. It's still a pretty decent price. I just don't like their pricing model. I'd rather just see a single price and this is what you get. I know certain things can be extras, but extras for strings, extra money for fret markers. Anyway, there we go. That satin finish, really nice and tactile to hold. It's extremely well made. It feels solid. What's really nice is that whilst it feels heavier than most sopranos, because Cocobolo is quite a dense wood and we've got this longer neck, it's still really nicely balanced at the 12th. It just sits in the hand exactly as you want it to. It doesn't dip down this way, it doesn't dip this way. It just sits there. I really like that. So nice to hold. The sound. Warm for a soprano, but what really impresses me about it is how you can change the dynamics of it depending on how you play it. Strummed hard, you can get it really quite staccato and barky like a good soprano should be. I like it. Yeah, it changes. It gets really quite rich and bell-like when strummed. Soft. Picked is wonderful. I really like the picking sound. All of the notes really come through. I'm really surprised by it. It's got great volume, great sustain. It really vibrates into your chest when you play it. That sound port I would have because it really does kind of project up to you. It's rich. One thing I didn't mention, radius fretboard as well. I'm probably not going to be able to show you that. That means the fretboard's got a curve on it, which supposedly helps with playing. Some people don't like them. I do like them. I like that. So $379 in standard spec, really good price. Bit more if you want to pay the extras. I think their model should be simpler on the pricing, and I certainly wouldn't want to pay extra for Worth strings. But if you read the full review on the website, you'll see I've given this a very good score, because underneath all of that, those are minor gripes. This is a really nice instrument. It's really nicely made. It looks fantastic. It's a decent price for a handmade instrument of that kind of spec. Cocobolo Super Soprano, all solid Cocobolo wood, made in Nicaragua, gets a big thumbs up from GotAUkulele. Stay tuned, some great instruments coming soon on the reviews page. See you soon.